Good morning. It is Monday, July 13th, 90 days out from October 11th. Your DTD2, we have moved. It's a new week. You are calling your B's and your E's, and you're texting your S's to stay in touch with all the people that you would like to serve at some point, right? That's why we're talking to people. The phone call is not about, hey, you're looking to buy, sell, or invest today. No? Okay, call you in 90 days. The phone call is about, who do you know that I should know? The phone call is, how was your fourth? The phone call is, are the kids in camp? The phone call is, what are you doing with the rest of your summer? How was your weekend? How are Jim and the girls? Like, those are the conversations you're having. It is not about picking up to find out if they're going to buy, sell, or invest. Now, the high D would say, you should ask that question. And if you're a high D, go ask the question. Whatever you're willing to say on the phone is going to be the right thing if that's your vibe. I think most people fear picking up the phone. And Timmy, I don't want to call my people and be salesy on the phone. Then don't be salesy on the phone. Just have a conversation. Just talk to your people. Ask them how their weekend was. Apologize for not being in touch, because I know it's been a long time since you called them. It's probably been a really long time since you've called a whole bunch of people that are in your phone, because we're texting or DMing or we're doing whatever we do, or we feel like we're communicating because I like her posts and she likes my posts. That's not communicating. And if you want to win the mind share of the people that you hope to serve, it's about having a conversation, asking them questions, making them feel like the star of the show, right? Years ago, Diana Kokoska's father said to her, everyone has a sign on their forehead that says, make me feel important. So how are we going to do that with our people? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. What am I doing to make the people in my life that I wish to serve in the future at some point? How do I make them feel special? How do I remain a human in the gap in between transactions, right? Average American is moving every 7 to 10 years. So let's just go with those 7 years. How are you going to spend the 6 years and 364 days in between transactions? Are you just going to magically appear? Are you going to spawn like you're on a video game when they're ready to list? Or are you going to be a friend? Are you going to be in touch? Are you going to talk to them about all the other things in their life? So when the time comes to be a realtor, the local economist, the consultant, you're already there. It's no question they're going to work with you. Are you making it a no-brainer for them? Or do you leave them wringing their hands saying, oh, God, who should we ask? And that doesn't always work. The challenge is, and this happens more often than not, sometimes, and I call it my pickle jar theory, right? You're at your aunt's house. It's Thanksgiving. She's trying to open something. Timothy, can you come here? Can you open this? And I go to start to open it. And my cousins are all out on the deck doing fireball shots. So you're like, oh, I should go out there and do that. You put the jar down, right? And then your fat Uncle Tony walks in and pops the lid off. He didn't loosen it. You did. But you walked away. You did all the work, and then you walked away. And it became a no-brainer for her to be like, well, Tony helped me with the jar. Give him all the praise. So don't let that happen. It's going to happen. Letting that happen less often is really what we're after. We're not going to get all the deals. It's not about getting all the deals. But it's certainly about having the systems and the models in place that you're not missing stuff that's right under your nose simply because you're not having the conversation. That's our challenge. We talk about the 6% all the time. 6% of the United States will be involved in a transaction or right next to a transaction in the next 12 months. So you can take that math and you can apply that to the number in your phone, the number in your Brivity, the number in your follow-up boss, the number in your command, whatever database you're using, wherever you have the most people, that number, your 3,400 people times 0.06, whatever that number is, there's the probability of that many deals in your ecosystem right now. And the bigger that number, the more leverage you'll require, the more tools and systems and models you'll require to make sure that you're having those connections, those interactions, those conversations. And if you're saying to yourself, well, I had about the same number last year, Timmy, and I didn't have that many deals. And here's why. We weren't inviting our face to the conversation. We didn't want to bother anybody, remember? Didn't want to be salesy. I don't want to bring it up at chicken giving. I don't want to bring it up at Christmas. And you don't have to. Here's the thing. We don't have to bring it up. It's going to come up. The American people love to talk about real estate. We are blessed to work in an industry people want to discuss. It comes up at dinners and cocktail parties, and you're out for coffee with your friends. And if you're in the industry, they're going to ask you, hey, God, I saw on the news. Yeah, MUR said it's going to be impossible to buy, like MUR, bless you. New Hampshire's leader for news, you're the only one. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, when MUR or cable news networks in general run their third story of their C block with scare tactics about why people shouldn't buy, sell, or invest right now, that doesn't help us. Yet we're stuck with that information if we allow them to be the town crier. Is that the only information your people are hearing? Because you're letting them be subject to local news, cable news, Fat Uncle Tony, whoever's yelling the loudest. Oh, but thank God you didn't want to bother them. This is an attention issue, right? We used to talk about, okay, can you make sure you have enough followers? Do you have enough people paying attention? They don't even need to be followers. Are you telling the story? Are you talking to the people that are looking to buy, sell, or invest? Or did that come up over the weekend? Did it come up over the 4th of July? Yeah, I heard the industry's crazy, huh? Market's crazy. And then you were like, yup. Why would you say it? Well, we should listen. They're looking to us for guidance. They want us to grab their hand and lead them through this journey of arguably one of their biggest financial endeavors in their entire life. And we're letting cable news, local news, Fat Uncle Tony tell them it's crazy right now. Keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. And like our dear friend, Brady Sondal said a couple months ago on the luxury call, you could have a conversation with 3 different agents in Portsmouth, 3 different agents in Sunapee, 4 different agents in North Conway. And you would get different versions of the same market based on their experience, based on their knowledge, based on their care, and based on the quality and quantity of conversations and questions they are in and asking. Are you talking to people? Are you finding out what's important to them? Are you then going back to your lab and educating yourself on that? Going back to your market center and educating yourself on that? Going back into your resources? Whether it's James Shaw in the morning or Brady Sondal and Adam the first Wednesday of the month. Ruben, who does stuff through KWRI. Keeping Current Matters, great resource. Whatever you're doing to make sure that you are doing your very best to be the economist of choice, to be the local expert. So when somebody says, how's it going? What's it like out there? our, our response shouldn't be, it's crazy. It's busy. Yeah, it's fantastic. We're helping a lot of families. Who do you know that I should know? Who do you know that we can help? Who do you know that we can serve? And then you let them answer that question. And then you ask another question. Why is that important to them? Why is that important to you? What will that do for you and your family? How will that change your schedule for you and your kids? Then you let them answer that question, and then you peel again. And what kind of time will that give you? What will you do with that time? Our lives and our businesses will be commensurate with the quality and quantity of questions we're asking. How deep we're willing to go, how much we're willing to care, to spend the time to not have surface conversations and surface questions, but really take it deeper than that. And ask the important stuff, the stuff about them, not about the market. Because the only thing important about the market is what they want to get done. And then it's our job to put on our cape of real estate and solve that crime for them. Anything less than that is a failure on our part. And then someone else will ultimately loosen the pickle jar and get all the credit. I don't want that for you. I don't think you want that for you. So what will you do this week to behave differently, to show up differently, to be the agent that you promised yourself you would be, to deliver the care and the service that your consumers, that your future clients deserve? So you can build a legacy and a standard that's undeniable, one that people will refer and come back to and rave about time and time and time again. That's foundational. That's what we're doing here. That's why our schedule looks like this. So you can hang with us today. We'll be in class today. We've got the one and only Breakthrough 120. We're doing session 5. And that is social media. More leverage for you to have more conversations with people. After that, at 12 o'clock, you can join us for the midday protocol. We're going to have the conversation about interactions and conversations you had, appointments you had, agreements you got signed. At 1:30, it's Ask the Broker with Jason Westcott. At 2:30, you're going to join Maggie McDowell. Take your business to the next level. And at 3 o'clock, you've got Tiffany Hampton with 25 and 26. Also today, I feel like I'm making this up, but I'm not. Lone Wolf is happening today as well. I apologize. I've got a huge freeze going on right now. So all that's on the menu. If you go into the morning news, you'll see all the links, all the places you can click so you can join us for these conversations. If I can help with anything, let me know. It is 603-834-2856. And you can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. I'll see you in and around the market center and the internet. Have a great day.